As a country, we're facing real challenges right now. We have a humanitarian and security crisis on our southern border. Reckless spending by President Biden has pushed our nation's debt to almost $34 trillion. At around $256,000 per household, that's like a second mortgage for homeowners in Nebraska. And yet, once again, Congress finds ourselves running the clock days away from a government funding deadline. As I said when we were in this position just 7 weeks ago, it doesn't have to be this way. We should have an open government and a closed border. As many may know, Congress should pass 12 appropriations bills every year to keep the government open. For the first time in 5 years, the Senate Appropriations Committee passed out all 12 appropriations bills in June and July. When we averted the last shutdown in September, I called on Chuck Schumer, the Democrat Majority Leader in the Senate, to keep the Senate in session Monday through Friday until all 12 appropriations bills were passed. Most people work Monday through Friday, and even on weekends to get the job done. The Senate should do the same. We should be debating legislation, voting on amendments, and passing the 12 bills needed to fund government and secure our border. Instead, Schumer chose to recess early or start voting late week after week after week. I led several of my colleagues in asking him to cancel our week-long October state work period like the House did. Schumer refused. Of the 307 roll call votes we've had in the Senate this year, 65% of those votes have been on nominations. When I was governor of Nebraska, I told our state senators the budget was our most important job. Funding the government is Congress's job. And yet the Senate has only passed 25% of the 12 appropriations bills to fund the government. It was a so-called minibus that basically just crams 3 of those bills together into one, but it's 3 of those 12 appropriations bills. Most people view 25% as a failing grade. Now, the House may have their own problems, but at least they got 7 bills passed, and that's 58% of the appropriations work done. It's been 27 years since Washington completed the appropriations process the way we're supposed to. 1996 was the last time Congress passed all 12 appropriations bills and the President signed them into law. The bill we're considering now to avert yet another shutdown face-off would fund government through January 19th. But Americans deserve so much better than that. Real grit requires showing up to work until the work gets done. Nebraskans get this, but too many in Washington don't. I'll close by saying this. I am ready to work. I'll vote all day, every day, if that's what it takes to get the job done for Nebraskans.